So whether it is business, whether it is with respect to getting admission in a engineering college. So it is competition everywhere. Okay, I don't think nobody will deny that. So in terms of economy also, the economy has become because managed companies are actually going bankrupt just with some purpose is what I mean here. So this is what the changing times, and you have seen virtually in all the field, including arts, even accounting, agriculture, engineering, everywhere there is rapid advance, and we also see a lot of disruptive technology, like a lot of people are talking about autonomous vehicles, electric vehicles, and I mentioned some of these companies which are actually causing this kind of disruptive technology and changing the way business are done. And also, one more thing that you have to note here and consider here is the current education system. So, current education system can help you only to a certain level. So, what I mean by this statement is that the obsolescence of technology is very high in these times. So, if you are studying engineering for 4 years, so what you study during first year, the technology may not exist when you come to final year. Okay, so that is the level of obsolescence things are undergoing these days. And it is not always possible to have specialists in each and every technology, each and every new technology that is coming up in every university and colleges. So we will discuss what we can do about it. And I am also given some new kind of jobs which did not exist maybe 10, 15 years ago with respect to virtual testing, big data analysis, interpretation. These are very recent kind of jobs. So at the bottom, I have given a statement by Peter Diamandis, who has said that the changes that are going to happen in the next probably 5-6 years is going to be much more or almost equal to the changes what existed or what happened between the current in the past 100 years. So that is the kind of change we are talking about. So the context here in this slide is that until the first industrial revolution, the changes that were taking place is linear. So linear means you can predict, okay, because you can fit into a very good equation and you can predict the slope of the curve, and you can actually visualize where I will be in the next 5 years and things like that. Okay, but you can see the graph actually picking up after the end of the first industrial revolution. And how is it going? Actually, it is going in the exponential direction. Okay, so some of the disruptive companies which we discussed in the previous slide, I have given it here, like Orcam, the Iron Dome weapon systems, and Waze. These are companies which have actually revolutionized the way companies do business. Okay, and in this slide, I have given a study and statistics given by McKinsey. So this suggests some of the focus areas where there will be advancements and a lot of opportunities in the next probably 5 years. So it covers the whole gamut of things. And for maybe mechanical engineering students, you can see some opportunities like the additive manufacturing, advanced materials. This is for oil and gas. So people interested in renewable energy. So a lot of things. This even in this Internet of Things is also applicable to mechanical engineering students and related field. We will see how it is. So what I'm trying to say here is, even in our own country, 1/3 of the workforce is going to work in new areas, new occupations, and the labor force is actually going to increase by about 138 million. So this is what I was telling you in the last few slides. The changes are not linear. So linear is actually predictable. So you can, if you think that it is going to happen like this, but the situation today is happening like this. So if you are not prepared for this curve, you will end up here. Excuse me, sorry. So you'll have a big gap here. So you'll be thinking things will reach here, but actually it will reach here. If you are not prepared, you'll get stuck here. Okay. So I'm giving you an example, another example for you to easily appreciate and understand what we are talking. So there is a statistics presented here where the statistics is how much time it takes a product to reach 50 million users. Okay. So when Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone, it actually took almost 75 years to reach 50 million users. Okay, but whereas today, if an online game is released, something like a PUBG or whatever you are familiar with, so it takes almost a month or even less than that to reach 50 million users. Okay, so that is the kind of speed that is happening. So so we have been discussing changing times, things are moving fast and all that. So what we have to do and how to cope with these changing times, we will see that in this slide. So you have to move from what you want to be to how you want to be. So for that you have to be, it is going to be survival of the fittest. And one more important point that you have to see here is you cannot stop any learning process, unlike people used to do maybe 25, 30 years ago, where people will complete their education, join some company or start some business. They will never think about education. So it is not going to be the case anymore. It is going to be lifelong learning until you retire, until probably someone dies. Somebody has to learn something. So for that, how you can be a lifelong learner? You have to have both curiosity and passion. Okay, unless you have these two, it is very difficult to survive in this world. Okay, whether you are a student, whether you are a person who is working in a company, whether you are a businessman, whether you want to run your own business or company, whether you are a teacher, whether you are a researcher, whatever you want to be in the future. So lifelong learning is going to be a norm in the coming years. So so workshops or online seminars, webinars like this will make you aware of several tools and techniques. So what we are going to discuss today, everything will not be of interest to you. So maybe my job is to provide you a spectrum of options, and whatever you like, you have to select maybe one or a couple of things and then go deeper into that and then make your career path. So that is what I'm trying to say in this whole presentation. So what I'm saying here is many of the conventional jobs will be lost. Okay, so where do we see personal secretaries and everybody? There are no such jobs. So new jobs are going to come. So that is what we are seeing. We will see what are those kind of new jobs, and many of the jobs are getting changed. Okay, so artificial intelligence is there, robotics is there. So these things are actually replacing lot of many conventional jobs, and the people here or people in these times, they have to equip with new skills. That is what upgrade you have to upgrade your skills, as well as you should be very flexible to switch your occupations because everything is changing. Okay. So here I am giving some areas where it is expected to see some growth in the coming years. So in the coming years means I would probably reasonably guess a period of about 5 years. Even beyond that, it is very difficult to predict what is going to happen. But safely, I can say next 5 years or so, and these are areas like virtual vision, where sensor technology and simulation. So this is what we are discussing in terms of things. Utility is extremely important, and you cannot do a physical test, which is actually very unsafe. Also, it is time consuming, and it may prove very costly also. So simulation is making a huge um, leaps and bounds in these days. There are also virtual reality immersion in terms of new product introduction. People use this for finalizing the layout, value stream mapping, lean tools, and things like that. Then FEA, CFD, and modeling like SolidWorks, and even for manufacturing engineering, there are a lot of simulation softwares like Magma, T-Form, and things like that. And areas like the introduction of BS6 and all that, fuel economy, batteries, emission control, noise, vibration, harshness, vehicle electronics, diagnosis. So all these areas are going to make a lot of advancements, and I will just tell you one simple example of vehicle electronics and diagnosis, where engine these days, how it is diagnosed. See, if you see in olden days when people used to have ambassadors and Fiat, so any problem you can just go to a roadside mechanic and he will just investigate and fix it. But it cannot be done any longer. You have to take a car to a proper service station, and he will connect your engine to a laptop which is having a specific software, and with the help of that he will diagnose what is the problem, and then he will suggest remedies. Okay, so what is really happening? Okay, in addition to what we have seen in the earlier slides, we are actually talking about digital India. Government is giving a lot of emphasis and focus in a digital for digital India. So digitalization is happening everywhere. People actually in those days people will talk about breakdown maintenance. Then from breakdown maintenance it came to preventive maintenance. Now it is predictive maintenance, in the sense that you actually have to predict the future when the machine is going to fail and take corrective action. Okay, so that means what? The machine can never fail. So with the kind of these kind of tools. And we are also talking about connected machines, connected cars, remote monitoring of mining trucks. Friends, the kind of truck you saw in my first slide, which is operating in some remote mines, several kilometers below the ground level. So these are monitored using GPS and those kind of systems, and at a remote location. Okay, and it is not only good enough for engineers to just know the operations of the machines, but also know programming like PLC programming, CNC programming, and also you should be aware of this kind of Lean and Six Sigma tools. Okay, so everyone today, this is a very buzzword, Industry 4.0. Everybody talks about it. So what is it really? So it is actually nothing but, if you put it very simply, Industry 4.0 is nothing but whatever you do, there should be a real-time data collection. That means what? If something you are doing, if you are driving a car, the data like every second, what is the speed, how much is the oil consumed, how much is the fuel consumed, everything is collected in the form of data. And not only doesn't stop there, the data is analyzed and data is interpreted, and techniques like statistics are used, and this the outcome of the result using this statistical technique is actually used for, so it is like a feedback mechanism. So the output from this is used for as a feedback mechanism for improving the current process. Okay, so in the example I told you, if they are collecting the data like your fuel consumption and all that, then they will give you a data and they will give you suggestions how you can improve the mileage of your car. Okay, so this is what the future is going to be. And you might be wondering whether whatever this guy Shankar is saying, whether it is true or not. So this is one updation I made about 2-3 days back. So friends, you can see this, there is a webinar on sheet metal fabrication or sheet metal forming application, which is actually using a tool, a simulation tool. And you are also wondering why this information is being shared. Probably this is a small company, but they are asking for simulation engineers. Okay, so what I'm trying to say through this slides is, on one side, the conventional engineering process, what you are studying in manufacturing engineering, they are more increasingly using softwares. In addition to that, people who are expert in those kind of jobs, there is a good demand for them. So in these last 2-3 slides, what you are seeing is that the jobs are becoming increasingly interdisciplinary. So it means that if there is an electrical engineer, he has to know mechanical engineering. If there is a mechanical engineer, he has to know electronics. So quite a good time before people started a course called mechatronics, which is actually a marriage between mechanical engineering and electronics, which is actually nothing but sign that engineering and other field of education is becoming more interdisciplinary. Okay, so simulation, friends, I was talking. So what do you see here is a simulation technique used by a company which is actually manufacturing this helmet. Okay, so they are simulating when a person is falling from a two-wheeler and he is hitting, his head is hitting the road. This person is not wearing a helmet and this person is wearing a helmet. So what is the difference? What is the impact? Okay. So they have used simulation technique and a helmet, and the acceleration, your head can accelerate actually to this level when you do not have a helmet, and the acceleration of your head. That means in layman's terms, if you say the speed which with your head is going to hit the road is significantly reduced if you wear a helmet. So that means what? The stress experienced at this point by this person with helmet is much less. Okay, so this way, How much do you think the helmet will cost you? Maybe about ordinary helmet may cost about 500 rupees, and a good helmet can cost about 1000 rupees. But friends, the point that I'm trying to tell you is, even for this kind of a product, which is actually not a very costly product, which is like a helmet, they are using simulation techniques. So this is one seminar which I came across in Economic Times, and there is going to be a virtual seminar on simulation and testing. So people who are interested, I think, can register. I guess this is a free seminar, so you can understand more about it. Okay, so having seen that, I just wanted to tell young friends like you that I'm very active in LinkedIn, and invariably people send me their CVs, biodata. So average in a day, I get about 3 to 4 resumes like that. But when I see those kind of resume, invariably they are not very interesting. It is all very mundane and routine kind of thing. And ultimately, the person may end up in a job, but it may not be as good paying as one might think of. So, what is the paradox that I'm talking about in this slide? Friends, the paradox is that a lot of people complain that I'm not getting a good job, and a lot of people are jobless. People are taking to jobs like delivery executive in Zomato, Swiggy, Uber, Ola, and things like that. There is a lot of complaint you are getting to see in the social media and things like that. Okay, but believe me, there are some jobs where there is a job that is existing in the market, but there are no people available to take those jobs. I myself had this experience because one of my friend who is a VP in a very reputed company in Chennai, he told me that Shankar, I want a person who is good in injection molding, because they were actually starting a new plant for making alloy wheels. So he wanted somebody who is knowing some, or who is having some experience in this job. Unfortunately, I put this job in this LinkedIn post, and even today, after 2 months, I have not received a single resume. So what does it mean? It is an extreme paradox where there is a job that is available tomorrow, but there is nobody today to take the job. So what I'm trying to tell you, to alleviate this kind of situation, the one suggestion is that specializations. Okay, so future, I believe, will be moving towards specialists, and the western part of the world, like Europe and America, realized this much before, and I think people in the subcontinent, Asian subcontinent, are beginning to realize it now. So I would actually suggest some of you to give it a strong thought about pursuing masters and PhDs, because there are two streams of career paths. One is a technical domain, and other is a managerial domain. So for technical domain, I strongly believe that the job security and demand for these kind of people are much more compared to a generalist kind of a job. So in this slide, I would like to give you a small example. So in those days, there used to be a concept of family doctor. Okay, if you ask probably your father or mother about, because most of us do not know what and who is a family doctor. But if you go and ask your father or mother, they will tell you, if they are probably from a village or a small town, there used to be a family doctor, so he will know everybody in the family, and he will be the person who is treating for any kind of ailments. But see, in a city like Chennai or Bombay today, everywhere people, nobody will go to a regular MBBS doctor. So there is a specialist for everything. If you have a problem in eye, you go to ophthalmologist. If you have heart, if somebody has a heart problem, he goes to a cardiologist. So these are the kind of specialists, and people are also preferring. So I believe engineering is also slowly moving to go that kind of a concept. And one more idea that I would like to tell the young students is that, so the title of this presentation is how to equip yourself. Okay, so this is one idea to equip yourself. What you can do is, you can, how to understand what are the jobs in demand currently. Okay, so one is, you can go to various companies' career websites. You can see the kind of jobs the advertisements have come for. And there are two approaches. One is the top-down approach, where you select the industry type, whether it is automotive or oil and gas or a pharmaceutical or aerospace industry, and you have to select the specific functional area, and then you have to identify the skills that are required for this functional area, and you have to actually make an analysis, gap analysis, where you are today and what is required to get this job, and then you have to take actions. So this is a top-down approach. There is also a bottom-up approach, where you get, if you have some liking for certain skills, you have to identify those skills, and then you have to identify a functional area for that, and then which industry is asking for that, and then whatever skills you have to further enhance it. So these are two kind of approaches which you can actually try to emulate. And again, in the previous slides, I was telling that the jobs are becoming very interdisciplinary. So if somebody is thinking of, say, for example, becoming a design engineer. Okay, for a design engineer, it is very important to know the properties of materials and the various manufacturing process. So there are a lot of softwares which are actually, and a lot of simulations which are happening, which are actually saving a lot of cost and time for the companies, and engineers interested in design can actually think about these kind of softwares and improve your skills. And in continuation of that, the future is actually going to be custom designed materials. So you can actually design a material which is not in existence now, create a new material. So that is what this slide means. So various processing routes are available. There are various materials available. So using a permutation and combination of this, actually you can design materials for a very specific application. So this is another exciting field where integrated computational materials engineering is a very hot field, and it is going to become even hotter in the coming years. Okay, friends, in one of the slides, I was telling that the obsolescence rate is very high. So how to cope with this kind of obsolescence? Because how to keep you abreast of the latest things, latest technology. So as I told you, it is not possible for your university and college to always have somebody who is a specialist in the area that you like. For example, if you are very interested in this integrated computational materials engineering, it is not possible for all the universities to have a specialist in this field. So, but if you want to continue that, how you can do is, there are a lot of online tools which are available, which offers tremendous flexibility. One example is this NPTEL, where courses are free, and you can get to listen to great lectures by people from very eminent professors from universities like MIT, Harvard, Stanford, and things like that. And the best part of this is very flexible. So today you can listen, then you can enjoy for the next 1 week. If you don't like, then you can continue after 1 week. Today you can study during morning, and tomorrow you can study late at night. So it offers complete flexibility, and at the same time it offers a lot of possibilities and options to pursue your interest. Okay. So in addition to the technical skills, it is also important that you have these kind of soft skills, whether you want to look for a job, or if you want to go for a research, higher studies, or even you want to start a business, you want to be an entrepreneur. All these skills are very important. It is not only that you have to be good in technology and technical things, you have to be also good in soft skills. Okay, so in addition to the tools that I have made you aware of, there are other learning opportunities where internships are very good opportunities, where people have to approach somebody from the industry, try to go on internships. You have to be part of professional societies, attend monthly meetings and things like that, where you get to meet a lot of people. Networking is a good idea to know what is happening, where jobs are, what area people are looking for. Participate in events like PAHA, where you get to do some hands-on projects. So which is actually very good. Even if you fail in that, that's okay. But it's what matters is that you did something hands-on. Okay. In addition to all this, be part of some professional networking, social networking like LinkedIn, which gives a lot of opportunity to connect with many people. So I think I come to the end of this presentation. So have a very good rest of the year 2020. Though we are having challenging times these days, I hope maybe in a month or so things will come to normal, and we will have a very peaceful and successful rest of the year 2020. I hope I finished my presentation on time.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello. Sir,
Yes,
thank
yes,
you very
please
much, sir.
continue.
Your presentation was really motivational presentation. Now let us take up a few questions, sir, from our participants.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Let us take up a few questions raised by our participants, which are there in the chat box. And information for the participants: if there are any questions to be posted, I request you all to please post the questions in the chat box so that I can ask the same questions on your behalf to our speaker. At the end of this webinar, a feedback link will be shared. Already the link is shared. I request you all to please fill the feedback form in order to obtain a participation certificate of attendance. Yes. Now let us take the questions one by one. This question is from D. Sundar Sekharan. His question is: nowadays the youngsters want to grab the job, then get the experience because of the problem of getting a job. What about multidisciplinary experiences? Throw some light on that, sir.
Okay, so the first part of the question I understood. People are very eager to get into a job as soon as possible. What do you mean by a multidisciplinary job? I'm not able to understand.
Multidisciplinary in the sense a mechanical engineering opting for a computer science or a medical side. So all these various disciplines are put together as a multidisciplinary.
Okay, see, that's what I mentioned in my slides, in one of the slides. It is the jobs these days are becoming actually interdisciplinary in the sense that something of the other branch of engineering also is required to be known. to be a good and a successful person. So I believe, yes, what you are trying to say is, yes, the person has to be good in maybe a couple of more things than the core area of expertise.
Okay. Yes, sir. Uh, Next question. It is from Daksh Devgan.
Okay.
His question is, sir, is it right to start our own business during these times?
See, my answer to this question is there is no bad time to start a business, in the sense that any time is good time, provided and as long as somebody has a clear idea, a clear plan, clear funding, and the ability to face challenges. Okay, so even tomorrow you can start a company, provided you have all these things. Your idea should be a marketable idea, your financial position, your funding, then how you are going to market your idea, and how you are going to sell your idea to others. If you are planning this, is a good time to start a company.
Okay, sir. Yes. Now let me take the next question. Next question is, sir, sir, industrial
Okay.
engineering and management engineering, how is it valuable?
See, the, I'm not saying that some engineering is not so good and some engineering is not so bad and things like that. See, in today's world, every engineering and every functional area of engineering is become more and more important. So that is why I was emphasizing in my talk, select one specific area, one functional area which you like, and become an expert. Definitely there will be a demand for that kind of a person. Okay, so I don't want to point out industrial engineering is good, manufacturing engineering is good, mechanical engineering is not good, electrical engineering is not good. I'm not coming to that point at all. What I am trying to tell you is, whatever is your area of interest, become an expert in that. Okay, so you choose maybe a couple of specific areas, specific skills that you want to acquire. This is what I have been repeating in the presentation again and again. You choose one area, become an expert, and then there'll definitely be a demand for that kind of person.
Yes, sir. Yes, thank you, sir. Now there is one more question. It is from a faculty. Name is Miss T. Vanaja.
Okay.
Question is, sir, please suggest how to get a good career after working as assistant professor for 8 years, job in
Yes.
companies like industry side.
Okay, so I mean, people from academia, there are a lot of people who are working in academia. They want to come to industry, and also the reverse migration also takes place. People work in industries and they come to academics. It always happens. So what I'm again trying to reiterate is that as a faculty member, there are a good chance that the person would have done masters and probably a doctoral degree also. So I am assuming that the person will be a fairly reasonable expert in that area. But one thing in industry is that industry expects a lot of hands-on experience, practical, real time, real life project kind of experience. So, as a faculty, if you are collaborating with some industry and companies outside of the university, take up some project, and if you are able to successfully complete it, when somebody is looking for an industry job, that kind of experience will be very valuable, because only theoretical or academic knowledge, industry is more likely to not prefer. Okay, so as long as somebody who is in the academia also, because For example, professors in IIT and NIT and even other universities. Even I know one of my professor friend in SRM campus. So they are doing a lot of projects for companies. Okay, so those real-time projects, if you do and if you successfully complete, then industry is ready to take you. It will actually welcome you.
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you, sir. Now there is one more question, sir. It is
Yes.
this question is raised by a PhD scholar named Mr. Vignesh. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I am an academician pursuing PhD. How will be the transition happening if I am looking to switch over to my career?
Switch over career from academia to which?
Uh, he's
Is it
actually a
research
PhD.
or company or what is it? Is it R&D or a postdoc or industry? What does he mean?
He's meaning that he's an academician as a faculty member, and he's doing PhD. So he wants to know how will be the transition happening if he's looking for to switch over to a career.
Okay, see, as far as I am concerned, this question is little incomplete. So transition to can be anything. You can you might want to become a R&D person, research. You might start your own company, or you can join some company. You can join a university as a faculty member. So all these possibilities are there. So transition to any of these things is quite possible as long as somebody is focused. That's it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Our next question, it is from Mr. Shabin Raj. His question is, sir, I have completed diploma and now doing B in mechanical. Do I have benefit than other students for job?
There is no special benefit for a person who has completed a diploma in engineering, but rather what I would say is if he is good, then that is what is going to count. Companies are not very interested in just seeing mere degrees like that. Put in what projected in my slide, then other things doesn't matter much.
Yes, sir. Yes. Next question. It is from Mr. Sunil Kumar. His question is, sir, how can we gear up from faculties to start up an industry?
Okay, I answered this question already. You have to have a very clear plan. What do you want to do? What is your product? And what is the funding? Whether you are going to take a loan from the bank or you want to take money from the venture capitalists or your own father, mother, relatives, and how what is your product and how you are going to market your product, because ultimately you have to sell your product. Whatever it is before a break-even period is achieved. So all this you have to work out. It is not just some thinking is coming to your brain and thought process, and tomorrow you can start your company unless you have a concrete plan, a plan which is actually written and considering all the possibilities. In automotive engineering, there is a concept called potential failure mode analysis. Okay, so for each of this, you have to do a SWOT analysis. That is where you have a strength, where you have weakness, threat, opportunity. All this you have to note it down, and you have to have a solution in hand to mitigate any kind of problem. So if you are having such a document which is clear, then nobody can stop you from being an entrepreneur.
Yes, sir. There is one more question, sir. It is from Mr. Chetan. His question is, how does one get experience in different fields when there is a limited time to decide what interests them, and how does one go about getting an experience in all of them?
See, that's what I'm saying. It is not possible to experiment too many things. Even in the presentation, I showed you some 20 slides, but you may not like all these 20 slides. Okay, you may like maybe one slide or two slides. Similarly, it is like a buffet. When you go to a marriage, there will be a lot of dishes, and it is not necessary that you will like everything. You may like only ice cream, or somebody may like only a biryani. So you have to take only that. It is not possible to try everything. You cannot dump everything into your stomach. Similarly, it is not possible to get experience in every field. Whatever you like, you have to be specific. Choose maybe one or two, and then pursue. So it is not. This is a old style of thinking: jack of all trades and master of none. Okay, you cannot be an expert in 10 fields. You can be expert in maybe two or three. That's it.
Yes, sir. Next question, sir. This question is from Mr. Murlidharan. His question is, sir, will additional certification that we do from NPTEL or any other platform will be useful in addition to the degree while placement?
Definitely.
Yes, sir. Definitely, sir. NPTEL platforms and other platforms are very useful for additional learning.
That's the answer. Definitely.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.